So one thing you might say is, okay, is Young Life a Christian thing? Are you guys Christians? Well, that might depend on what your definition of Christian is. In fact, the culture nowadays, I'm not sure that I would define myself as a Christian the way that culture may define Christianity. So let me tell you that we're not. One thing we're not is we're not a group of people who say we believe one thing and then we live another way. Like, we wouldn't get up here and be like, first of all, I got to give big props to Jesus, and then go out and shoot somebody in the face 7 times, and then be like, man, Jesus, get me through this jail time. You just got to get me through this. We're not that. That's not how we are. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Easy A. Yeah. Well, you know how there was this group of people. This girl, she said that she had slept with a guy, but she really didn't. And so everybody was judging her and stuff. And there was this group of people who would get together every day and do like Bible studies and sing Kumbaya and say, "Oh Lord, help her from going to hell. She has held her." And then they would just judge her and tell her how she was going to hell and be real snooty to her and be better than her. Well, we're not that. That's not who we are. Who we are followers of Jesus. And what that means is that we believe that Jesus is the Son of God and the ultimate expression of God's love. And we believe that God created every one of us out of this unfathomable love that none of us can even wrap our minds around. And because of that, we have responded by, in some way, shape, or form, by giving every ounce of ourselves, every part of ourselves to that God. And we participate in a relationship with that God every day. We try to walk in the ways that Jesus lays out before us. We try to love like Jesus loves. We try to live like God shows us how to live. And so we're in this relationship, and it's a lot like a marriage. And we don't just say we believe it, we live it. And if you don't believe us, we had all the phone numbers up there. I hope that you guys got some of those in your phone. I challenge you, follow these leaders around and see if they live it. Test them out. See how they live. See what their lives look like. Just try it if you don't believe it. So last semester we kind of ended, and Dale said this quote: "Every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future." And so this semester you're going to hear from some of the Young Life leaders. You're going to hear about some of our pasts and where we come from and what those sin-filled pasts look like. Some testimonies and stuff like that. The other thing we're going to be doing this semester is we're going to try to paint a picture of who Jesus really is. I know that for me growing up, I saw Jesus as kind of this racist hypocrite because that's who the people in my church were. So that's who I thought Jesus was. And I thought Jesus did judge people and stuff like that. But once I got to know Jesus, they were showing me the wrong Jesus. So we want to paint a picture of who Jesus is. And to do that, we use the Bible. I have mine in here. It's very compact. But you might say, well, the Bible, you're going to use all your information on one book. That's not exactly fair. But here's the deal. If you went to the library and was like, okay, I want all the information, the most accurate information you have on Plato or on Christopher Columbus, on all the information you have, they'd be like, okay, let's go get you about 5 books. Here you go. Here's a book. Here's a book. All right, now read these books and you'll get to know that person. Well, if you went to the library and was like, well, I would like to know, I want all the most accurate information on Jesus, well, they would go back and they would get you about 66 books. And that's the Bible. It's not just one book. It's a collection of books. It's 66 books. It's got a bunch of different authors, and it's the most accurate information about Jesus. So we're going to be painting that picture of who Jesus is. And the other thing we're going to be doing is we're going to challenge you to respond, because people throughout all of history have responded to Jesus in different ways. And so we want to challenge you to respond to this Jesus. Okay, so tonight I'm going to give you just a little bit of kind of what that looks like, and I want to talk about creation. Has anybody ever heard of invisible children? couple people. Invisible Children is this organization. They bring notoriety to this cause in Africa. There's this guy named Joseph Kony, and he leads this army called the Lord's Resistance Army. And what they do is they kidnap kids, and they brainwash them and make them into child soldiers. And this is happening right now in Africa, in the Central African Republic. And so he brainwashes them and then makes them do terrible things, like he makes them kill some of their own people and their child soldiers. Okay? I want to say that I believe this happens, maybe not in as obvious a way, but it happens right here in America. I believe that we all are influenced and brainwashed by lots of different ways, and it's real subtle, and you don't see it, but it's in music, it's in music videos, it's in TV, it's in advertisement. Everybody's telling you, you have to be this way, you have to do this to be happy, you have to put this front on in order to be accepted, to be loved. You got to be like this, you got to be hard, you can't cry, you can't be soft. There's all kinds of ways you need this in order, you need the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and we get brainwashed by this stuff. But what I want to present is that there's a different way. And so I want to talk to you about creation.